welcome back. I hope you had a wonderful week and you're ready for another talk this week because we are in the last month of the year. It's impossible, unbelievable. December is already here. We are in the last month of the year and 2021, it's almost gone. So, for those who live in Australia or in any other country in the Southern Hemisphere, it's summertime and it's time to think holidays. So today I will be talking about holidays, but a very special type of holidays, ethical holidays, because I think more and more think about ethics and more people think about what they should do and what should they support in which countries and which people and whatever should they support. So stick around. Let's talk. Let's talk holidays. Let's talk ethical holidays. I think for some might be thinking ethical holidays. What's that? Well, I strongly believe that more and more people are thinking about ethics and practices, what are the good practices when they choose their holiday. For example, people are more environmentally aware. We know that climate change is a reality and we know that we need to do something about it. So when we book our holidays, we may be looking into that. We may be looking in destinations that where we can actually respect the planet. Also, airlines, and we know that airlines have done a fair bit to become greener and to improve their practices in terms of their carbon footprint, etc. And I've done a few videos and articles about this, and I strongly believe that industry is doing a great job to improve and obviously have a better rate in terms of carbon footprint, and I strongly believe they will achieve that. But obviously not only in terms of the environment, even though I think the environment is one of the things that people have in mind. I think people today more and more care about ethics and human rights records and things like that. So passengers may be these days when looking for a holiday, for example, they may be looking at that COVID safety rating. They may be looking at which airlines are more greener, which countries have policies in place to reduce their carbon emissions. Instead of when they go on holidays, instead of walking around with those hideous plastic bottles and buying those plastic bottles all the time, take a bottle that they can refill and have walking around with their own bottle, things like that. And I believe people are more and more aware of these things and they think about all these aspects, but also human rights. And we know that unfortunately there are a lot of countries, especially developing countries, where unfortunately there is still some breaches of human rights. And I think people will look at this as well. And they will start looking at countries where these breaches occur, and they may walk away and choose another country where that may be may have a better record. This may be negative in the beginning, and I believe it might be difficult and negative for those particular countries, which usually are those, as I said, developing countries that are extremely poor and the population obviously struggle to survive. So if you take tourism away, it may actually be very difficult for them. But I also believe that in the long run, these will end up enforcing the change, because they will see that if they don't change the practices, if things don't change, they won't have the tourism back and they don't have the income that they need. So I believe it's a change that needs to happen. Of course, it does. Is a change that will be painful in some cases, because obviously, if people withdraw from a certain place because of the human rights standards and stuff, it will be hard for those people, and obviously heartbreaking to see. But I think in the long run, it may actually achieve a more positive outcome. I think people these days are looking into these things. I think people these days are looking even into their own practices when they go on holidays. If they take, obviously, it's something you do, you go and get some takeaway. Um, See what type of packaging that takeaway place has. If it has those plastic um, things that are going to be very, very bad for the environment, or if they have already a more sustainable option and may go for the places that have the more sustainable option. I think all of these, obviously, it won't happen overnight. It's a change that is happening gradually, but I think it will happen. And I think in the end, it will benefit the entire planet. It will benefit us all. It might be painful, and it might encounter a lot of resistance in the way, of course, because there will be a lot of resistance to change. It's natural from humans to resist the change, but I think in the end we will end up saying that this is the future, this is the way things must be done, and we will embrace it in the end. I strongly believe that we do. So I think uh, it's all a question of um, knowing exactly what we need, and especially for airlines and for tourism operators. Um, they also have a very important role in this, I think. And for example, aviation, and as I said, aviation airlines have done a fair bit to ramp up their rating in terms of carbon footprint, and they have done a lot to help the environment with the sustainable fuel, with all these measures that have been and trying to eradicate plastic from their flights and things like that, which are obviously very positive steps. A few airlines have already embraced this, and they are changing. Obviously, the other ones will follow, because it's the usual thing. It's the survival of the strongest, as Darwin would say. And obviously, if you don't evolve, if you don't meet the standards of the time, you stay behind and you won't survive. So I think airlines are doing their job, but also the tourism operators, the travel agencies, hotels, uh, all the tourism operators also will have to start looking into this and try to also in their offerings offer more sustainable packages, more greener packages, and also look into places and packages where the human rights are improved. And sometimes it all depends on all of us. If we all give a little help, we all achieve that in the end. And that's all for today. I hope you really liked this talk today. I hope uh, it really helped you understand the times that we live in and what may lie ahead for us. Um, and I hope it really helped you understand the importance of ethics in everything that we do. It's not just professionally, it's not just on simple things, it's on everything from our holidays from to everything that we do. We should think about doing it in an ethical way, respecting the environment, respecting other people, respecting the human rights, and having in mind that we should all respect each other. I think that is really important, and I think, and at least it was my objective was that this video was the aim of this video was exactly that in the end we should all respect the environment and respect each other. Even when we choose a holiday, we should understand that we should respect the place that we are visiting, and we should respect the people that live in that place. So, but if you have a different idea, obviously, please share. It's always important to have different opinions and have a discussion about things, because that's how we all grow. So please leave me a comment below and put a like on the video, you know, the whole story, the algorithm, the YouTube, etc. And subscribe the channel with a little click on the bell so you get a notification of a video every week. Before I go, I would like to wish you all a very, very, very good week. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Thank you. Bye.